Hey everyone, I'm Chris Wharton. I'm back again with another how to draw video. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to draw a face. Now during the last video, which was how to start your drawing, the video ran a little bit long, so I'm hoping to keep this video more short and sweet. If you haven't actually seen the how to start your drawing video yet, I'll actually leave the link to it in the show notes, so you can go to it right now if you want to, or you can go to it after this video. I'm also going to put up around here a cheat sheet for the things I like to keep in mind when I'm actually drawing a face. I don't necessarily look at this, at any given time while I'm drawing a face. It's just something they're rules that I've seen and I've sort of honed and ingrained in my mind after years and years of practice. So I don't necessarily expect everyone to use the same exact rules, but these are things that I use for drawing the faces that I draw. In this case, I'm drawing, a girl's face. Anyway, here's to the video. I hope we'll, teach you some things along the way, and you'll pick up some cool tricks. I'm going to draw two example faces side by side using those rules that I just showed you. Now I'm starting off with the skull, and I want you to think of the skull as sort of like a squished ball, and it's very much a 3D object. You can see I'm actually dividing these balls in half using the horizontal and vertical axes. And now I'm going to draw what indicates the side of the head. Both of these are a 3/4 shot with the character looking off to the side a little bit. You can see the side of the jaw, the bottom of the jaw, the cheek, and then the side of where the eye goes into the cheek. And right here is the bottom of the skull, and that also indicates around the same place where the nose would be, the very tip of the nose. You should be able to see that the head is broken into 3 sections here. It's into thirds. The top 2 are in the skull, and the bottom is in the jaw. So right around here is where the nose would be. We're going to follow the midline of the forehead down to the tip of the nose, and the nose is actually like a little pyramid kind of sticking out right around the bottom of the skull. Same over here, midline of the forehead down to sort of a little pyramid right where the bottom of the skull is. Now the shape I'm talking about is quite literally a little pyramid kind of turned off on its side, like it's growing straight out of the face. The bottom half of that pyramid is actually the nostrils. You're going to see the tip of the nose leading up into the top of the ball of the nose. You can see the same thing in both of our examples on the left side and on the right side. Now I like to add sort of a feathering, hatching kind of effect on the top of the nose to indicate that it's rounding off and moving into the bridge of the nose. We're about done indicating where the nose is going to be, so let's move on to the eyes. Right on this line right here is where the eyebrows go. Somewhere above that or on that line is the eyebrows. When you're actually drawing the eyes, you have to remember that there's spheres inside of the skull, and you only see what's outside of the eyelids themselves. So you're drawing the eyelids to indicate the contour around them. I actually like to add a little bit of the upper eyelid to show the contour of the eye. Then I like to hone the shape of the cheeks a bit. Okay, real quick, I just want to stop for a second and I want to point out something. Everybody's mouth is a little bit differently, but if you take your finger and point it right here, you can see kind of going right here, you follow the sides of your nose, you can see to the corner of your mouth. And it's the same with everybody. Basically, I mean, if you look at my face when I'm kind of resting, the nose and nostrils are a little bit wider than the triangle that I'm talking about, but it's roughly there. Another trick I want to point out to you is that when you're looking at somebody's face, most of the time you can take the top of their nose right here where where my glasses basically stop my nose, and the bottom of the nose, and you take those 2 spaces and you slide your fingers across and it gets you the size of the ear. Now this is a nifty little trick for trying to figure out where the ear rests on the side of the head, because it's also the same height. So the thirds breakdown that I was talking about is this is the skull, right? And the ear is the bottom half of the skull, and the forehead is the top half of the skull that I was drawing. And the bottom, right below the ear line, that's where the skull ends and the neck basically begins. And right here, where you hit the bottom of the nose, this is the bottom third. Last thing I want to point out to you right now is that your eyes actually have the space of one eye in between your eyes. I know that sounds weird. So it's one eye, space of one eye, roughly that. Anyway, back to the drawing video. So let's follow the sides of the nose to find out where the mouth is. On the bottom third, you're going to cut that in half, and on the top half of that bottom third is actually going to be where the mouth is. Upper lip is kind of a wavy pattern, and the bottom lip is like just a little bit plumper than the upper lip. Let's catch the right side up a bit. You can see the eyebrow line and the bottom where the eyes are. Start off the eyes. We're going to make this one looking a little bit more sad. Have the eyes pointed down. And you can see that the eyes have the distance of one eye in between them on both sides. Figuring out where the mouth is going to rest in the upper half of that bottom third of the face. We're going to lay in some eyebrows right along that line. You can see they're looking a little bit sadder this time. And we're going to go back now and add the irises on both of the drawings. You can see they aren't perfect circles. They're actually looking like they're a little bit more squished circles. This is because in both cases the eyes are looking off to the side. This is because it's a sphere. It's not a circle that is unchangeable depending on the direction it's looking. If you're looking at a circle and it turns to the side, it actually becomes more of an oval. So to find the size of the forehead, we just take the size of the nose and move that size up to find the hairline. Right there is where it stops, and then we're going to bring it down to about where it meets the ear. You can see the size of the nose is also the same size as the ear. Now let me just do the same thing for the drawing on the right. Using the same size as the nose, going up to find the size of the forehead, where the hairline is, going down to where the ear is. Now I'm just going to finish off this right drawing and then start cleaning it up so that both drawings have darker lines and they're kind of where I want them to be. Okay, now that I've gone over all these rules sort of in depth, I'm just going to do a few drawings of some heads using these rules again and give you an idea of how they can be used in different angles for the same face. Now this won't be a comprehensive study, but at least it'll give you an idea of how the rules can work for you. For this one, I think we're going to try an open mouth. And to do that, I just want to point out that you have to kind of think of your teeth as sort of like C's on their side. And then you don't necessarily have to draw each individual tooth, but it's good to know where they are in case you do want to put them in. I really like the drawing on the left, so I decided to flesh that one out and ink it. Alright, now that you've seen it done, go ahead, give it a shot yourself. Try out the rules, try out the tricks that I just gave you, and see what you can come up with. See if they help you draw better. If you do try out any of the tricks, please let me know how it worked out for you in the comments. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and share this with somebody. One of the best things you can do for my channel is actually just spreading the word. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope you have a great one, and get out there and make something awesome. Hey everyone, do you have a cool idea for a character commission, and do you want to see that commission being done in the time-lapse video? Go to patreon.com/Chris Wharton and check out my cool new Patreon rewards.